Woo! Oh, I love it. What is up, Holden? Oh my gosh, long time no pod, baby. What is
Long
up?
time no pod, baby. I've been looking forward to this all week, baby.
Dude, I am ready. You got some notes. We got so much to talk about. Bro, what is up? How was your weekend? You have a good weekend?
Yeah, bro, I did have a good weekend. We missed you. Went to Colorado for a buddy's bachelor party, and it was a good time.
We have our
Went to
good
a
friend
concert.
Andy, friend of the pod, longtime friend.
Yep. Shout out Andy, Philly fan.
Mhm.
You know,
Philly
diehard Philly fan. Got a tattoo on him.
He does. He
so-
has the butt.
We'll tell you this too. Actually, got him to make another bet with me over the weekend, where if they win the Super Bowl again, has to get a tattoo of Jason Kelsey's memorable speech in the, what do you call it? His fiesta. You know when he did the speech, and he was
No.
like, this whole team doubted all year. They doubted us. Dude. You know what I'm talking about.
I need to look it up. I
It
know he
was
did
the-
the whole.
it was
he
the-
wore the
the-
mask. Or it was him. Or
The
like
Super Bowl
else.
speech. The Super Bowl speech. From Matt, he's wearing like, oh, it's so funny, bro.
Dude, I'll have
But
to
he
check it
said
out.
that him and his buddy Aiden agreed that they would get tattoos if they win the Super Bowl, and we got that on video. Shake hands. So, not saying I'm rooting for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl by any means, but if that happens,
That's a
if
plus.
Washington happens to find their way out, that would be pretty fun. So.
That'd be sick, dude. No, well, that's awesome. That's great, dude. My weekend was pretty tight. As the listeners know and friends know, I went up to New York to see the Bills game. Unfortunately,
Yes, that's right.
dude, unfortunately, it wasn't a better result. But let me tell you, Meadowlands Stadium, if you have the opportunity to see a game there, is great. Although then again, like the bar is so low. This is now the third stadium outside of FedEx I've been to, and every one of them is better than FedEx. Like it is.
I know.
Well,
I
also
know.
so we lucked out. We got like really great seats, club level. Dude, the amenities, there was so much stuff to like, so much good food and drink. Dude, a draft beer was $10. Like concessions were cheaper than FedEx. I was shocked. I was thinking New York, it's got to be expensive, and I was like, no, this is actually like not that bad for a stadium, and like it was a good time. But some Jets fans were mean, some Jets fans were nice, but that's okay. Otherwise, it was a good trip. Knock on wood, that's the first out of, I think that was my third game I've seen of them live. Yeah, that they've lost. So hopefully that doesn't happen again, and Josh is okay. But otherwise, it was a good weekend. Any games stick out to you, Holden?
Let's see. I'm going to have to go with this Seahawks team, which a lot of people have been talking about them now and probably like the popular pick, but this team just keeps finding a way to win. And I'm kind of shocked about it. I'm just like, how does this team keep winning? This team it just doesn't seem, Kenneth Walker's just starting to go off on teams.
Yeah.
They've got a chance against the Bucks this week, which we'll get into. To go 7-3. Like, if you had told me that they were 6-3 at this point, I would be like, you're nuts.
Yeah.
But like, they just find ways to win, and Geno's been playing well.
Top of their division.
Top of their division. They're division leaders right now. And again, Kenneth Walker getting an opportunity, balling.
Mm-hmm.
Another game that stuck out, obviously our game.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was competitive. I watched pretty much that whole game on an airplane, and I was trying to be nice for the people that are surrounding me. Up 10 in the fourth quarter, had a chance. A couple of bad calls, in my opinion. I mentally prepared to go 4-6, just for the people at home. I am mentally prepared to lose against Minnesota and Philly. I want to win, obviously, but I'm mentally there, so it didn't hurt as bad. But I love that we were competitive, and I love that it was close against a good, against a good Vikings team. So.
Against a Vikings team that probably will win the NFC North, will probably win the NFC North and go to the playoffs, obviously. So, like, no, I'm totally with you there. Like,
I love how you change it. That will probably, because but that's why you say it, because the NFL is so wild this year, dude. It's so, and I mean, it's just so, it's all of our locks and everything. It's like all these guarantees. It's just not, and that's the NFL.
No.
That's what makes this league so nuts, dude.
One thing, especially this season, is just like two like staples of like our fandom, like since we've been alive, like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, they just look bad. They just look really
Yeah.
bad. And like Matt Ryan looks so bad that he got benched. Like it's just like it's all these like
Yeah.
constants that you could bet on and you were sure about. You're like, I'm not really sure about that anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, there's a new
And Tom
sheriff in
had
town.
that game was wild too. That Tom had that 40 seconds, no timeouts, showed that he still can get it done.
Yeah.
I wanted well, I guess I didn't really care about who won or lost. I'm trying to work out this NFC
Yeah.
playoff picture in my head now because we're halfway through the season, dude. I mean, like we are halfway through at this point. Things are going to start getting pieced together here real soon. So,
Oh yeah.
That was wild though.
Dude,
March right down the field, dude. Cade Otton, Scotty Miller, just boom, 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 just done. It's crazy.
I guess, when yours wills away, I mean, future Hall of Famer, I mean, he'll find a way to get done. What stuck out to me, dude, how about those Lions finally getting the dub, dude? And like, I called it. I was like, I got a feeling. I think they finally get some revenge. Hopefully this is really good for Dan Campbell. We'll definitely get talking about it later for their matchup this week, but hopefully they can get some momentum so that dude can keep his dang job,
I think that did seal his job up for another, because he's definitely got to be close to that spot. And that one really kind of, I mean, beating the Packers, it's just like, I know that's not the same Packers, but it doesn't matter, dude. It's the Packers. I mean, like, it's Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And when you're the Lions who've struggled for so long, you get a win like that. I mean, you probably saw his press conference. He's like, I just want to go home and drink a beer and put my feet up. Like, it was just, it's a big deal. So, yeah, no, I'm happy for the Lions. It actually, at the end of the day, I kind of went back and I kind of wish that I picked the Lions because if we want to go through my theory, picking the Lions would have actually been better. Then the Packers actually falling down a spot would actually be better realistically for the NFC playoff picture. I know we beat them and we'd have the tiebreaker, but everything I can to clear the way for us is big.
So. No, exactly. Because like everyone else in the NFC or North, you can pretty much say is like pretty much eliminated from playoffs. It's like you also have a shot. Like, I mean, Packers kind of do, but yeah. So no, you definitely want.
They kind of do. Yeah.
All that. Another one for me is just the Ravens really kind of like taking it to the Saints on Monday night. Like I thought that was gonna be a closer game. Like I picked the Saints, and dude, I don't know. I feel like the Saints just got plain out coached, and Alvin Kamara couldn't get anything going, and like that was really tough to watch. So, anything you guys say about last week? Anything else before we move on?
Man, let's get into this week, baby.
Dude, let's get into this week. Week 10. Serious ball, some bye weeks, not a ton. We're going to start off with the Thursday night special. Falcons, Panthers, battle the NFC South division leaders. Maybe Sam Darnold will play, maybe PJ Walker, who knows? Who's going to win, Alton?
And this is partially biased.
The show with biased takes from biased fans. Partially. You already know I'm biased toward those Bills and Holden's biased towards those Commanders.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
This is a rematch of what, 2 weeks ago? An overtime game that was just kind of crazy in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Dude,
shout out to our boy Tucker. I thought I was literally texting him when DJ Moore made that insane catch.
Oh,
and I was like, I'm not gonna jinx it. I'm not gonna send it because. And like I'm glad I didn't because that would just made it worse.
Yeah. Oh, You're right. It was. I mean, the unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of that. I mean, I don't know. I don't really agree with that call. I don't either. I know that that's the rule. But I'm sorry, when you care about the sport and you care about the game that much, taking your helmet off does what? Well, I mean, I don't get it. Like, I mean, dude, it's a big deal. Like, it's hardcore, man. It's like, hey, look, I want people to see me. Like, look what I did. Like, that was a big deal. Yeah, see what I did. And I just think it was on with seconds left, you blow through a coverage like that, and on a dime, catch that ball. I think it was, and that's a
absolute rainbow
player
of a pass.
Who's been really like waiting to break out.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was so beautiful. And
seen it live, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. It technically, did hurt his team because that team, I think they would have won if they make that extra point.
I agree.
But I think they get revenge this week, dude. I think Carolina, and I could be picking against Atlanta just because it's an NFC team. It's an NFC team that's technically in the second spot, and I don't want them to have a shot. They're 4-5, tied with us. So I want them to go 4-6 really bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the. I don't care who's throwing the ball. I hope that Foreman has a
Yeah.
day because I believe I'm playing you in fantasy, and I believe
You are.
I believe you and I are battling for, you know,
Dude, this
not doing
season
a wing
got
challenge.
Dude, this season got so out of hand. Dude, I actually
You're
had like one
telling
of
me,
the
dude.
best weeks that I've had all season.
I
And of
know.
course,
I know.
I play against Joe Mixon, who has 55 points, and I'm like,
I saw,
and it was actually
dude.
close. Like my team had a
I know, dude. Hey, look, I get it. It's been injury after
whatever.
injury. I've had to shake some stuff up. Even the players that I traded for are
Yep.
injured. So it's just like I'm fighting for not last place, and we'll see if Foreman can have himself a day against a pretty suspect Atlanta defense.
hmm
Um, again, these division games are toss-ups; they're hard. It's a Thursday
Yeah.
night game, so it could be. I think it's going to be lower scoring than that 37 or whatever it was. They each had 35 points, so
Yeah.
um, I see it being lower scoring than that. But I think Carolina gets this one.
Dude, I am so with you. I think with division games and like I think Thursday night being weird. I mean, initially I was like, oh, it's a weird Thursday night game. It's got to be Carolina, even though like I think Atlanta is the better team. I do like Marcus Mariota. I do like Kyle Pitts. Can't even remember the running back right now, but I like him too. But that being said, I
Cordell
love
Patterson.
Yeah, I do love Cordell. I'm glad he's like getting his flowers in a sense, but they choked last week. This was a tight game. This Carolina team has some fight in them, some dog in them. Like they are competitive, losing their head coach, not really having a true starting quarterback or whatever, or like a traditional one, you know. Like, so I'm in all Carolina at home to get revenge, like you said. I think they kind of have the blueprint, but then part of me is like, Thursday night game is weird. Maybe I should fade myself and maybe it's all Atlanta. But no, it's all Panthers. Keep pounding. And now you touched on this next game earlier, pound it. And you touched on this game earlier when we were like doing recap. But Seahawks, Bucks, 9:30 a.m. in Germany. Whoa, that's actually kind of cool. Let me tell you, Holden, you already know who I'm on. I've already lost this season-long bet. The Seahawks team has been proving me wrong all season. I'm on those Hawks. I'm on Geno Smith. I do not know how Tom Brady is favored in this. I don't know how the Bucks are the favorites. Like that just seems like a mistake, and maybe Vegas is playing with us. It's possible, but I think Geno gets the dub against this beat up old Bucks team.
I'm 100% with you, dude. I've been fading this Seahawks team. I feel like I've been waiting for Brady to kind of take that step. They haven't looked good. It's an eye test thing. They not to say they got lucky. It was impressive what the Bucks did this past weekend. But I'm like, up until the last 40 seconds of that game, they did not look good. They put up 9 points of total offense, dude. And I'm just like, against a Rams team that hasn't really looked good. So I'm just like, I just think the Seahawks team is just fired up. They're fueled up. Kenneth Walker's going nuts. We talked about him already. I expect him to have a big day.
Yep.
DK and Lockett still good.
Love Tyler Lockett.
Still good receivers, still enough. And Geno's just balling, dude. He got another chance, and he's proving that it was worth it. And
I love that. And like, I mean, I think there's some talks of him being comeback player of the year. I mean, I know he didn't come back from an injury per se, but I think just like, I mean, following his career, I mean, with New York and then in the Giants as a backup and then Seattle for a backup forever. And finally, like, I mean, something I heard from another show was that everyone was thinking Drew Lock was going to be the starter and there was no chance for Geno Smith. And he's proven a lot of people wrong. Pete Carroll, that's the first time I'm calling him by his real name, proven a lot of people wrong. And the Seattle defense is looking good.
Are we gaining a little respect for Pete Carroll, dude? A little bit?
It's like a little bit back because, like,
it's kind of crazy what they're doing. It's kind of crazy. Like, we'll see if this continues.
Yeah.
But I mean, what if this team like actually went on like a deep run in the NFC somehow? We're no
then what if they like
about this
rebuild in the offseason? Because they have a bunch of cap space because they offloaded it with Russ and like and they have draft picks. And
I mean, dude, yeah.
I think I've asked you this before, but Tyler Lockett, Hall of Famer, right? I think he's almost like a Mike Evans guy.
I mean, I think he could get in there, but I don't think he's like no
Super Bowl champion. I think he's had close to like 1,000 yards every year.
I don't know. I don't think it's for. I don't think it's like a sure thing. I think it's going to take him a couple years to get in there. I think
Okay.
eventually he might,
Okay.
but I don't think it's like guaranteed. Like I think Mike
It's not
Evans.
like as soon as he's eligible, like
Yeah,
gone.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was just
That's what I
curious.
think. But like,
Big fan of
I
that
mean, he
guy.
can get in there.
Yeah.
He
He's
can get
actually
in there.
from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Played college at Kansas State.
I did know he played at Kansas State. Yeah,
Yeah, but we're both on the Hawks, I guess.
both on the Hawks, dude.
Dude, I just love to see. So bad for Tom Brady though, but I love to see him lose. All right, moving on to an NFC matchup. We touched on this game as well, talking about Dan Campbell Lions. The Lions are traveling to the windy city of Chicago. This Chicago team has been looking better. Justin Fields has been looking like potentially the guy, potentially a franchise guy who can carry a team on his back, but not stacking up wins. I mean, Lions just got a huge one over Aaron Rodgers, who has owned this whole division for the past decade and a half.
Correct.
Who are you going with?
Again, I'm going based off the eye test that I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough one, actually. I was actually about to say a team, and then I'm like, wait a second, this team actually. I mean, again, like the Lions looked so good to start the season. Even though they were losing, they were putting up points, right? They were the number one offense for the first 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then they fell off and had some injuries. I think DeAndre Swift's getting a little healthier.
I hope
then again,
so,
what I saw last week, dude, I'm like, okay, they put up 35 points on the Dolphins, and Justin Fields is running like crazy. Don't know if he does that again.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to replicate that.
Yeah.
So for that matter, I will take the Lions. I'll take the Lions.
Dude, I'm in the same boat because like my heart is like Lions. Like I want Dan Campbell to keep his job. I think he is building a solid culture, you know, and like he'll find the pieces. I don't think Jared Goff is the long-term guy. He'll get his guy. He'll get the defense right, etc. But Justin Fields, like you see him play, you're like, how are you not excited? Even if he's not winning games, it's like if you're a Chicago fan, you're hype. But I think Lions have the momentum, so I'm gonna go Detroit. I'm gonna go Motor City on this one. Yeah, I was really tempted to take it as one of my best bets as well because I think they're +3.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think they're +3. It's also like that's a big deal too. If Dan Campbell can get back-to-back division wins, that's huge for his job. If you beat your division rivals back-to-back weeks, regardless of how your season's going, it's a pretty big deal. There's only 17 games, and you get 2 of them on division rivals. It shows that you can compete in your division, and there's things to build. There's things to build off of there. So
because with division wins, you're never like I don't want to say never truly out of it, but it's like
no, but absolutely, dude. Those are the ones, dude. That's why when we get to the Monday Nighter, we'll talk about it. It's a big deal.
We'll talk about it. I also think this is the first time they've played the Bears this season, so if they could sneak one on them now and then get another one, and you're like, okay, well we split, you know, with Packers, and then we like beat Chicago, and then we maybe split with Minnesota, although that probably won't happen. So you look better on paper.
And the Minnesota game, they were close against Minnesota. They lost that game by it was a 4-point game. It was close. So they've been competitive to say the least.
It is tough, I think, especially because like kind of going on a tangent here. I think everyone's seen rumors swirling, kind of like where's Sean Payton gonna land? And he's even said like, oh, Lamar's a free agent this offseason, and technically so am I. So it makes you wonder, like, not that could happen in Detroit.
Lamar doesn't want to go far. Let's just put it that way. He would love to go, you know, a few miles up the road. You know what I'm saying,
bro? But then Sean Payton would have to be the head coach of the Washington Commanders. You have to lose Riverboat Ron.
I do love some Riverboat Ron. I do.
I know you do.
Some people don't like him, but
we'll get into that. But moving it on here to an AFC matchup, fresh off a bye, Browns, Dolphins playing in Miami. Like I said, Browns had a bye. Part of me is like this Dolphins team is good, and I hate to admit that they are good, but pardon me, I just love a team off a bye so much, like getting healthy.
I think you're going to start doing what I do. And I think you're going to have to start picking against the division teams. You're in that spot where this division's getting tight, and you're going to have to start speaking it into existence.
That's not my sole reasoning here. It's just tough because I think if Dolphins get out to a lead, I think they hold. I don't think Browns can play from behind. I don't think they're built that way. And it's like, how do you stop Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? Like that is, you can only limit them.
dude, every week I keep looking at Hill and I'm like, 7 to 10 catches, a $120, and potentially a TD. It's like every week, and even Waddle's like 5 to 8 catches, 80 yards, and potentially a TD. It's like every week that's what they're doing, and I'm like, they're gonna have 1,300 receiving yards each.
Yep.
2 receivers with at least 1,300 receiving yards. Like that's insane.
That is insane.
The way they're training, they're 2 top 5 guys right now receiving wise, and it's just like, God, they're just throwing on people, and I mean, it's like you can't stop.
League,
you just have,
it's
tough.
More so.
I'd like to take the Browns, but
I'm telling you, I'm taking the Browns. I like a team off a bye. I mean, you did express a good reason about the division thing. I honestly wasn't even thinking of that. I'm like, I just like a team off of a bye week. Healthy Nick Chubb. I think he's having a phenomenal season. They're playing some like good ball. Amari Cooper is still slept on. I think they find a way to get it done South Beach.
This is partially biased, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm partially biased toward you. So for this matter, I'm taking the Browns too. I switched my pick. All right. I think maybe they contain Hill. Like you said, off a bye, get a little healthier. You know?
Yeah.
Hunt didn't get traded. Doesn't matter. He's gonna ball out. Right.
Yeah.
He's still gonna ball. He still wants to prove that he can be a back in this league. So he's gonna be one of those pass catch back. I think the Browns still very much want to be in contention in this division down the stretch to have a shot.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Browns with you, man. We're gonna ride, and we're gonna hope that these other AFC East teams and NFC East teams start losing, because that's what we need.
Yeah, that is what we need. That is what we need for sure. I mean, a little different because certainly we're still in the first place, but like with Josh, it's just
hey.
Whoa. Yeah, we'll just keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. It's the same. It's the same.
It's the same.
It's exactly the same. All right, moving on to the most competitive game you've ever heard of this week.
Can't wait.
Tennessee Titans, Denver Broncos in Nash Vegas. I don't know what to make this game. Hold on, you have to tell me what you're thinking. What's going through your elaborate football mind?
I'm just taking the Broncos. I just am.
Oh my gosh, you're back on this let's ride bull crap?
Yeah, I am, dude. I like this Broncos defense. Wait, they just lost Chubb. Doesn't matter, dude. I'm taking the Broncos, dude. This secondary for the Tennessee Titans, I don't love. Yeah. I still like the weapons that Russ has. I still do. I know Cortland Sutton has been kind of off. He's actually on my shit list for the rest of my life, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the weapons. I like Jerry Jeudy. I like him. I like Gordon. I like what's the other dude?
I don't know.
Don't know.
But
probably
you like
everyone's
him.
hurt. I like him. For that matter, I'm just gonna take the Broncos, dude. Hey, Russell Wilson's dad just had a birthday, and he passed away. Maybe this is one of those emotional games for him. I'm gonna do this for my dad, that kind of a thing. He was posting about it today on Twitter and stuff, like miss your dad and all this stuff. Like maybe he goes out and dedicates this game to his dad, and just falls out. Also picked him up in fantasy, and I need him for this week, so maybe that too.
Golly,
and he's playing you. He's playing you, dude. I'm in a bad spot, dude. I mean, if you saw what I had to do today. If you saw what I had to do today, you'd be like, wow, this dude is in a bad spot. I had to pick up Odell. Like, I was just picking guys up. It was bad, dude.
I actually like that pickup a lot.
I'm fighting for not last place at this point. Like, I'm sure, like, literally, like, don't get last. Just grab a couple more wins, and I'll be good. Like,
I'm still in the denial phase, like where I haven't even looked at our league standings, and I'm like, I know I'm like bottom tier, but if I could win 4 in a row, I'm right back in there in playoff contention.
Well, yeah, so am I, dude. Like, I mean, yeah, I love.
Don't let my team get hot.
Looking at my team, dude, I mean, I've picked up. I actually do have. We're not getting into a tangent on fantasy football. I suck this year, and it's injury after injury, and that's what I love about football. There's always next year. I just don't want to get last place.
Dude, I have no wide receiver too. Picking up Gabe Davis was right now seems to be a mistake. Mr. Inconsistent. I hate to say
Curtis
that out loud.
Curtis Samuel's been pretty good for you.
Dude, he's been nice. No, Curtis Samuel has been really nice.
He's been. I looked at that today because I was looking at your roster. And I was like, could this guy beat me this week? And I was like, Curtis Samuel has another day. And then I looked at Curtis
Oh, he's
Samuel's stats,
consistent.
and I'm like,
He's good for like 10,
at least,
15 a game.
there you go. And I mean,
That's all
that's
I need.
consistency.
No,
That's
it
all you
is.
need.
Well, it's nice in that for me, my team, that me having Travis Etna on at ETN, that's what it is, on
Yeah, yeah.
Jacksonville. Like, it's nice that they made that trade. So now it's like he's a true number one. He's putting up number one running back numbers. And Devin Singletary, he had a bad game last week, but usually he just gets so many like dumb little catches from Josh that he just gets those PPR points. And like, that's all I need. And then my tight end position is inconsistent, which is because I was biased and picked Jocelyn Knox to start the season as well. So, but this is partially biased. So what's gonna surprise you here? I'm gonna make a pick here. It is Holden. You are a fool. You're being suckered in once again by Russell overrated Wilson, and now because I've said that, he'll probably have heard me and he's gonna ball out. Dang it!
That's right, baby. Good.
It is Tennessee, man. Like I thought they were gonna get blown out by Kansas City, or at least that's what the line was. I mean, they were plus 12.5 at one point, and yeah, Malik or whoever their
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis. I don't know what. Well, there's a Malik Hooker too, and he's a starter for Tennessee, right? Tennessee Volunteers, right?
Correct. Malik Hooker is something. Yeah,
it's something. It's something. Anyway,
sounds like a safety.
Maybe. Either way, that's why I'm mixed up. But like, he didn't throw the ball at all. But they literally they keep feeding Derrick Henry the rock until he throws up. They're giving it to him like he will never get injured and never get old. And it's working somehow. It is keeping them in games. It is like the most old school, dumb football that only like Derrick Henry or like Nick Chubb could like handle. There's no other back that can handle that kind of workload. And it's just reminiscent of our father's football. And so that's why I'm going Tennessee. I think they really hung with Kansas City. I don't think this Denver defense can keep up with that unless they just pass it all over them. And for their secondary, I think they still have a good safety. I know they paid him a lot of money. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but they invested in him. So you're wrong.
We'll see, brother. Well, look, this part of the bias.
See.
I'm doing everything I can to have Willie Russ have a game this weekend because, again, I'm tired of having Aaron Rodgers put up like 13 points a week. Like,
dude,
I need somebody to like have a breakout game and have like give me like 30 points from my quarterback, please. I thought Rodgers would. I thought. The back-to-back MVP, dude. Like, come on, dude. What are you doing? I don't care that you don't have people to work with. Like, make it happen. What are you doing, bro?
I was trying to tell you.
AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones aren't even doing anything. Like, what do y'all do? Well, Aaron Jones has been okay. AJ Dillon had one good week, and then it's just been like garbage.
Yeah. Well, because it's just like, unless that run game is there, it's just like they're not setting up the pass game that well. I mean, it's just like outlet passes. Like, it's pretty bad, but someone needs to like go through the stats. Maybe we'll get Aaron on it, resident stats guy, of just
stats
like
guy.
Yeah, big stats guy. Shout out to
By the way,
shout out to Aaron.
Hold up. Who posted that picture of the three-headed monster, three-headed dragon on our Insta today?
What picture?
Was that you? You ragging on my picks, bro?
Hey man, man. I don't want to sound cocky, knock on wood. Only one of us here got to win record with picks this week.
Let me tell you something, brother. Once you start betting on teams with your heart, it'll start. The luck will turn here soon. Watch me go on like a straight run because I'm betting.
That's what I'm worried about now that I said something.
Dude, what? Like... something's gonna change. Something's gonna happen. I'm gonna have like 2 back-to-back like 12-0 weeks. And you're like, what the? Like it's gonna.
Yeah, and I'm gonna win like 2 games. I'm gonna have 2 games correct. You're just gonna really.
Hey, dude. It's about betting with your heart, baby. This is it. Nitty-gritty of the season, dude. You don't understand. Like I'm starting to lose sleep here pretty soon about like what's to come in this season. Like,
dude, I was losing sleep over Josh's elbow. I'm like, it's got to be okay. I was like, I saw a tweet. It was like a tweet from this guy.
I'll give you my arm.
Yeah, I'm like, dude. Well, like, because I think I've said this on the podcast before, but I had a UCL injury in college when I was playing rugby, and like, hurt a pop, and like. My range of mobility was terrible for like 2 weeks, like because the swelling was just so bad and it was tender and like with the whole nerve thing, it's like I couldn't do curls for a while because it would just hurt on the inside of my elbow, and like every once in a while it still gives me trouble, but like I'm not throwing a football 70 yards, like so, and like granted he has a much better
75.
medical team. Yeah,
75 yards.
And that's something I forgot to tell in our group chat with you, me, and Aaron, the partially biased team, is just that like. After that injury, he still had the 6th longest attempted pass the longest attempted pass in the last 6 years, immediately after that injury. So that kind of bodes a little bit well for me. and this is totally going off on a
I
tangent.
I was gonna say like,
Yeah.
we can go off on tangents, but I would say
Yeah.
with Josh's injury, like I think you had mentioned this too, like you
Mhm.
don't want to rush him back. You guys
No.
are still in a position to be you are still a Super Bowl contender right now.
Yeah.
Don't push it. I know you're playing a good team, the Vikings, this week, which we'll
Yeah.
also touch on, but like don't it's one game. Let him rest for a bit if he needs it
Yeah.
and get him fully healthy. Don't risk anything, man.
And with
Just don't do it.
stuff like this, everyone's like trying to look into it, like, read between the lines. Like with the press conference with McDermott today, like everyone was like, well, he seemed pretty happy about it. So it seems like maybe he's gonna play. Like,
Right.
and like I understand that. And like I've seen so many takes of like, oh, like Josh could just run a Mac Jones like passing like offense this week and be fine, not even really use his arm. And I'm like, yeah,
Right.
that's true. But like, I bring up the RG3 situation because I think like because he said, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Like, I think if someone pulled him aside and be like, yo, your knee's not good, bro. Like, I know you want to
Yeah,
play,
yeah.
but we think you're the guy for the next 10 years. So like, let's just play for next season. And like, I just, fingers crossed, I do not want that. I do not want it like, oh, Josh's
Yeah.
elbow is messed up, jacked up,
Yeah.
and may never be right again. Like that would just
You
be
don't want to risk it, dude. It's
my
not
heart would
worth
break.
it's almost like, yeah, you'd almost because you have found the guy.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
You do not want to risk the next 10 years of potentially winning a Super Bowl for one season where you're like, oh, it's this year. Because it could be this year, but it could also
It
be
could be
next
3 years from
and
now. It could be 4
next
years from
and
now.
next and next. You could still
Just
get it
because we
done
have that
in next
guy.
year because you've got that guy. So you don't want to risk it.
Like the
You've got
path
the
with Tom
guy.
Brady,
Don't
like
risk it.
Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. Like it's just like you
Yeah,
have the
you've got the
guy.
guy. You've got a chance. You've got a chance every year, and that's all you can
Exactly.
ask for in this league. Sometimes is a chance, and that's
Yeah.
why again, I just want to get to the playoffs so I can have a chance, baby. That's it.
I do love Taylor. We will talk about that. I do love me some
We'll
Taylor.
talk about it. We'll
We'll
talk
talk
about it.
about last thing I was gonna say, I saw on Twitter this guy tweeted, he was like, it was like, springs up from the bed in the middle of the night, Josh, just play left-handed. And I was like, that is hysterical. Like I was
Dude,
like,
he also could probably just run it every freaking play and still
but that worries me
do
about the
some damage.
elbow, but it's not
I
really
know,
like
I know, I know.
I wish we would have called more running plays with him Sunday. Like I was like, look, if the passing game ain't going and Devin Singletary ain't going, like I'm sorry, Josh has got to be him. He's making a buttload of money. I mean, you tell him to throw it away, or if there's green in front of him, take it and slide. Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in case you weren't already sick of talking about Bills, our next game, Minnesota is coming to Buffalo. The other Great White North team is going to the Great White North. The team of 10,000 lakes is coming to the team of Lake Erie.
Woo!
You already know how we got in this game. I'm going to take the Bills every week. I love this team so much. If getting shouted out by Jets fans this weekend didn't prove my loyalty and also my restraint, I don't know what will. I think we find a way. I think if Josh plays, I don't know. I think if he doesn't, our offensive coordinator is going to get real creative. And, Case, he's played with Stephon Diggs before, has that chemistry. He played for the Minnesota Vikings. Hot take.
Maybe it's a revenge game, dude. It's a revenge game for him.
I mean, have the Vikings been tested? Like, knock on wood. I mean, I don't know their schedule, but
no,
I think it's possible.
Except against us, baby.
That's right. I mean, I'll give them their money. Maybe Kirk Cousins is due to regress a little. Like maybe he's due for a little 2-interception, 3-interception game. Maybe Tre'Davious White plays this week and just ruins his whole day. So I'm on the Bills no matter what. Bills by $1 billion.
What's that sign say behind you? What's that?
Bills by $1 billion.
Look at that. All right. I'm taking the Bills here too. And I totally forgot until you said that. I was going to say, regardless if Josh or Case plays,
yeah,
I was going to take the Bills. Reason being is I think Case has enough experience in this league. I think he's a good backup. I think he's one of those backups that could. He's been a starter. He's been a good starter.
He's been in playoffs.
He's been in the play. Dude, he was in the NFC, borderline NFC Championship game. He was in the NFC Championship.
He was. Yeah. He was.
He played against the Eagles. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, he's played an NFC Championship game. Okay, he had Stephon Diggs. Like they've got chemistry. And when you've got Stephon Diggs and fired up Stephon Diggs at that, it's dangerous. I get Justin Jefferson's on the other side. Both two great receivers. Both two are top 5, top 3 arguably in this league. I mean, it's going to be a battle. I think y'all's pass rush will. I mean, we got to Kirk. Our defense was actually playing really well.
I mean, y'all's D line is nice though. I mean, especially with Chase.
It
back.
is, but you guys got. Well, we didn't have Chase back last week. Which
you didn't?
Sucked.
Okay.
No, we didn't. He'll be back He should be back this week though.
I mean, Sweat still having a career year.
Sweat's having a great year. Payne's having a great year. Jonathan Allen's having a great year. They all actually are having great years.
Good.
About goddamn time they're freaking first round picks. It should be from Bama.
A lot of money to them.
And Mississippi State. Anyways, lost my train of thought, but yeah, we're going Bills. Oh, Von Miller. I was gonna say Von Miller, dude. Like just the pass rush from Von Miller. I just think he's gonna get to Kirk and make things tough for him, man. I do. I think we held Dalvin Cook to like 47 rushing yards. I think you guys could do the same, if not better.
So.
I think you just contain him, make Kirk throw, and just block up. I will say T.J. Hawkinson, he did put up 7 catches for like 90 yards, which hurt. I think the added piece of T.J. Hawkinson, he had a good day against.
Good for him,
team, honestly.
Man. Good for him.
He had a good day, and it pissed me off because I was like, man, like if you took him out of the game, I think there are a lot of like first and third downs that they don't convert because of him.
I agree.
And I'm like, I mean, again, he's a good tight end. He's one of those Iowa-bred tight ends that are good.
This is true.
But I just like you guys better, regardless. I just do. So I'm gonna go.
Like us at home. With you. I think Bill's mom.
I like you at home too. I think they'll go nuts for whoever's back there, whether it's Josh or Case. They're gonna rally, and hopefully Naeem Hines gets a little more involved. Only had 1 target that was a little overthrown.
Yeah.
Get him another week in the offense. Get him going. Go Bills. So what else do you want me to say, dude?
Baby. I will say last thing, if Tre'Davious White plays, that's huge. And also if Matt Milano is not injured like he was last week, I think that's huge for our defense. And I think it's a winnable game. You know, I believe in this team and I hope so. And that's all I got. Moving it on to an equally competitive game, Holden. I already know who you're going to pick because we're in that season of we're picking against people in our divisions because it's partially biased and we can just do that. It's our show. Dang it. Texans, Giants playing in the Meadowlands was just there last weekend. Going to be a lot colder. So tell me why the Texans are going to win. Unless you reverse psychology.
No, there's no reverse psychology on this one because the Giants are actually the team I'm coming for the most. The Giants are the team that I am just I'm clawing at. I want their wild card spot so bad because they're right there. We play them twice coming up in December. We're sneaking up. This team actually played very well on a Thursday night game.
They did
against the Eagles.
They did.
Dameon Pierce, if they can get Dameon Pierce going like that, and again, like Brandon Cooks may not be very happy. I understand, but if he could finally pop off, have himself a game, I could see this team upsetting the Giants. I really could. I mean,
I agree. This Giants team is very beatable. They've just won a lot of close games.
They have, and you really do have to worry about Saquon Barkley. If you can find a way to shut him down to a degree, I think that's the blueprint, bottom line. And it's just like, I don't know if teams have really done that yet, but I want the Texans to win this game very badly. I want this Giants team to start falling off so we can sneak up on them and steal their spot. And Texans all day, baby.
Damn.
That's it.
Holden, I want to be with you on this. I do. This Texans team, it's scrappy. It's scrappy. They're not supposed to be good. Everyone tells them they're no good. They still go out and play well. They've had some crucial wins here and there this season. Competitive all the way through. But I'm on the Giants. I just love a team after the bye week. I'm like, oh, a week to get healthy, like decompress, you know. I mean, in football, you always play hurt. Like sometimes you even play injured, you know. So a week for them to get ready and like at home. But I'm with you. I could see them being beat. I'm on the Giants by like this much. Actually, just kidding. They're one of my best bets. I had to look at my cards.
You got them what is it, -5?
Yeah.
See, 5's a weird number to me too.
It is a weird number.
It's a weird number. And I looked at that and I was like, why is it 5? It's like not 4.5, not 5.5. 5's a weird number. I don't like it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I'll flip. Maybe I'll flip.
I'm just saying that's a very odd number. I rarely see a +5. It's weird. I mean, I'm sure it'll change throughout the course of the week, but it's a weird number, dude.
I just like it. I like them at home, and like I want to say Brian Dable will have a little bit sprinkled off of him from Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott is undefeated after every single bye week as a head coach of the Buffalo Bills. So maybe Brian Dable, his first year head coaching, maybe he'll have some of that mojo rub off on him. So that's where we are for those games. This game actually I think is going to be insane. Also one of my best bet games of the week. Jaguars, Chiefs, playing in Chiefs Kingdom. Army thinks the Jags could win this game if Trevor Lawrence has a good game. I think Travis Etienne has been playing well.
ETN, you keep saying that. I know.
Hmm?
It's all right. You keep saying it's ETN.
ETN. Gosh, if he ever watches this pod, he'll be like, wow, this guy butchered my name for like half a season. Fantasy owner. I look like such a ignorant dude right now. I swear I'm not. I need the Chiefs to lose just so the Bills can maintain first place in the AFC East or AFC. But I think it's the Chiefs here. I think they looked good. I mean, they snuck one out. I mean, they are beatable, but they've added some talent, and that wide receiver that they got from the Giants the other week, maybe he gets going a little more. And Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. Like, if they got upset, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Chiefs all day, dude. I'm not saying anything else about it. I think this Titans thing was, I'm not gonna say fluky,
A little bit.
but a little bit. I just think they couldn't get things going for some reason. I think teams like that are that good with that kind of quarterback.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, the coach Andy Reid, all just a Super Bowl winning team. I just feel like you have a week like that and it wakes you up. You don't play like that again. Like, I just don't think it happens again. I mean, so it's just like, not to say the Jags aren't getting better. I just don't think they're nearly on the level as the Chiefs. So I'm taking the Chiefs. No hesitation.
Damn, totally with you on that. I mean, look at the stats on how they are at 1 o'clock. I feel they're not good in 1 o'clock games, but I'm probably wrong. That being said, the whole reason the Jags are my best bet is the line is plus 9.5. I think it's going to move higher. Like, I think people are suckers. I think anytime it's like a double-digit bet, it's worth taking. Like, that's one thing that I've really learned this year. I mean, especially me.
These are NFL teams. These are NFL teams, dude. It's hard. Yeah,
it's hard to win by double digits. It just is.
I'll give you that. Like, I think the Chiefs win, but I could easily see it cover. I could easily see this being a 7-point game. Easily.
Dude, or like throw that in a teaser. Like, give yourself an extra 6 on that. Like, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Like that. I mean, I definitely think they can hang with them. Christian Kirk's good. ETN's good.
Yep.
Evan Ingram's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they could easily be within this. And like you said, if Trevor Lawrence comes out and has a good showing, like, and he plays well, they'll be in the game for sure.
I think he needs to. He'll have to play like Zach Wilson did against us last week, like literally no turnovers, and like you hope Pat Mahomes just has an off day. Like, that's just where it is.
There you go.
But boom, moving on to a weird competitive game. Means a lot to one of our friends here on the pod. Well, our data analyst Aaron Young. Saints are traveling up the Big Easy to Steelers country, to Steel country. Do Steelers have a chance here? I mean, they do, right? I mean, these Saints just came off a big loss. Short week.
I mean,
ish.
You know what I'm doing here, right? I mean, we're picking against NFC teams, dude. We just are. I just need to, dude. Okay.
No way.
My under 7.5 can still. My under 7.5 can still hit if they go 3-6.
Okay.
They're on a bye, coming off a bye, right?
Yep, they are. I was just about to mention that.
Tomlin coming off a bye week. I mean, I think that's a big deal. Any long-term coach like that, short week for the Saints.
Give it to me. Tell me about it.
We're going Steelers here, dude.
Going Steelers?
Taking the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Gonna get some trogs and take the Steelers?
I'm taking the Steelers.
Get that one sandwich. I can't remember, but they put French fries on it. Supposed to be pretty good. Aaron would know. He's a guy. He knows.
That sounds so yummy. Now I want to change what I'm doing for dinner tonight.
Dude, you should. No El Cap for you tonight. Holding Pookie. Too late. Bro, I'm gonna ride with you. I do like the Saints team. I do like Andy Dalton. I love Alvin Kamara. I want to say, is TJ Watt back for the Steelers?
Don't know. It's getting pretty close for him to have the opportunity.
That would be huge.
Yeah, that would be very big. Yeah, absolutely. That would be very, very big. I don't think he is, but still, again, coming off of a bye, I think is a big deal. Short week for the Saints.
I'm with
Didn't really
you.
see much from the Saints.
No, dude,
So
they are like they have to be probably the most hot and cold team in the league. Like I think that there's some days like, wow, this is
yeah,
a really good team. But the other teams like other times like, wow, this team really kind of stinks. Like, and it's
yeah,
like they don't have an identity. I don't think they know who they are and they're figuring it out. But I'm on the Steelers with you. I love them healthy. I'm thinking healthy Minka Fitzpatrick. I'm thinking another week with the playbook for Kenny Pickett. Hopefully Najee Harris is getting a little more healthy and they can run a little more. Figuring out the offense now that they no longer have Chase Claypool. Got rid of some dead weight. Am I right, Steelers Nation? That's kind of some harsh words. That man has a family. I shouldn't say that. He's a much more talented individual than I am. So, but that's my podcast, so I can say what I want. Yeah. All right. Cool. So we're both on the Steelers. Now this one, golly, I think it's the first time. No, the first one of a new head coach this season. The one I was a little surprised on, and even more surprised by who they picked for the interim. Colts Raiders in Vegas. Holden, I'm going to go back to you on this one as I look up the spread. It's -6 Vegas. Got to be Vegas
yeah. I'm
here,
gonna take.
right? Like,
Yeah, it does. From what I've seen, from like
yeah,
what Jim Irsay's doing as far as like setting up this squad,
yeah,
it's very bizarre in a way of how I
right?
think, and it's funny too because I just think he's in like sheer panic mode. Like he's not used to this team like this. He's had Peyton Manning for forever. Then he had Andrew Luck, and now he's like, you know, going through what Philip Rivers, Carson Wentz, and then had like the Matt Ryan, and you're like, all decent. And
Yeah.
it's so weird for him. For the past 20 years, he just doesn't know it. Now he's just so confused,
Hmm.
and he's just making these weird decisions because he's one of those owners. And I see no chance of them winning this game. I mean, I should say that. I mean, yes, they have a chance, right? Hypothetically, it's just I just don't see Jeff Saturday and then them having like this no name come in and call plays with a second year guy. Second year guy who hasn't really looked that good.
Nah.
I just don't see it. And Jonathan Taylor's banged up. He might play this week, but he's still banged up this season.
No wide receivers.
Missed it. Not Michael Pittman's good, but shut him down. Then what? I mean, it's just I just don't see it, dude. And I think the Raiders. I know they're struggling. I know they just got rid of their coach as well.
Wait, they did? They officially?
I think they officially did. Yeah,
No, they
I believe.
didn't.
I'm on.
My
Fact
boss
check
is
me,
a Raiders fan. He woulda.
Fact check me, brother. All right, Jesus Christ. Fact check me.
No, it's Josh McDaniels. Yeah, it's Josh McDaniels. Yeah, my boss is a Raiders head coach, and they're like, yeah, they're talking about it.
He never officially got fired. I could have sworn he officially got fired.
No, dude.
There's no news on that.
Raiders head coach fired. Nope. Wait.
All right, then maybe I was way off on that.
Yeah, you were.
Nothing. I was off.
Yes.
All right. Well, then screw that. Forget what I said. I thought he got fired. Are you hold up? Are you sure?
Yeah, dude, I'm looking
I
right
could
here.
have.
Raiders head coach Josh McDaniels reportedly not on hot seat. This is from an article a day ago.
Are you sure, dude? This is some live stuff that we're looking up right now, dude.
Breaking news here. I'm partially biased. Is this guy still coaching or not?
I mean, I swore I saw something that said he was fired, dude.
I mean,
I
just go on. What is it, Ian Rappaport or whatever?
I was looking at
it is.
Shefty. I swore I saw it on Shefty's. Maybe I was just tripping then. Regardless, he's
If
still
you're
got his
speaking
coaching
into
job.
existence,
Could be. We're taking the Raiders. I just don't see this team beating a team with a guy who doesn't have any experience like that, dude. I get you played in the NFL, but you're not part of this coaching staff. You don't understand this day-to-day stuff. I'm like, how many guys were in that building that could have probably done this? And you made this call. Marvin Harrison is the wide receivers coach. And I'm like, well, Marvin Harrison has done work for you, not only for your organization, but he's a coach right now. And you're not going to like make him the interim or just anybody else, the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, whatever. Like, just
because
makes
I feel
no sense
like
to me.
the interim is a scapegoat because I think the interim is never a guy that you're like, this is who it's going to be forever. You're always like, this is 100% temporary. We're finding like the permanent guy in the off season. Marvin Harrison, you're just probably going to keep him because whatever. And with Jeff Saturday, I know he's been an executive with the team and like maybe part of their scouting department for like the last couple of years. And it's weird how he almost has become Mr. Colt instead of Peyton, because Peyton, had that stint with Broncos. He obviously is he's bigger than the Colts. He just is. Like the Manning cast and everything. He doesn't need them, they need him. Like he comes and he,
That's true.
pays his homage and like they get him a suite and he'll like comment, and that's it. He doesn't want to be involved, at least not in this time. I think when he was getting ready to retire, he said he was interested in owning a team someday. But that being said, Jeff Saturday, I mean, I hate to say it, like when you're a center, he was a really good center, but it's just like no one really remembers you outside of that. Like, it's just
Yeah,
tough to
yeah.
be memorable.
Unless you're yeah, yep.
And like him
Yep.
playing all his entire career, except I think for one when he played in Green Bay. I mean, it's just like he's just like, yep, this is where I want to be. Like he's almost like Pat McAfee. It's like that is his team. He will always be related to them. He'll always go back to them. Like they're on the same level. But part of me wants to
Should have
believe
hired
like
Pat. Should have hired Pat McAfee as a coach, dude.
he's too
How electric
busy.
would
He's
that
too
be?
busy.
Again, yeah, you're right. He's too busy. He's
I
got
mean,
too
if
much
he
going on.
wasn't, if he wasn't like one of the most successful podcasters in the world, then yeah, I'd be like, yeah, call him up. Like at least like
Yeah,
special teams or something. But
yeah.
no, yeah, right. That actually makes the most sense. Yeah, but Jeff Saturday part of me wants to think like, okay, he'll have that moment, like that famous clip where he's yelling at Payton, like, "Can we run the damn ball?" He's like, "Hey, I'll call
Yeah,
the plays. You snap the ball, like you block." Like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
I want to say maybe there's gonna be a moment like that, but then part of me is like, yeah, there's no chance. Like, I think they're throwing in the towel. They are scrambling to get anything positive out of this year. It is a dumpster fire. If I'm a free agent, I don't want to go. If I'm a player getting drafted, I don't want to go. If my contract is almost up, I probably don't want to stay. So with that being said, I'm on the Raiders. I think it's hopefully they just throw every single ball to Devontae Adams and just hope that works and Josh Jacobs has a day. But moving on, talked a lot about this game. The battle of the NFC West. Cardinals, Rams. This game sucks. I hate it. This is one of the few games I have no idea where to go. I guess I'm forced to pick the Cardinals just because they're healthier. I mean, right?
Gosh, I don't know, man. This one's tough too because this is one of those divisions where I'm trying to figure it out. And as far as the wild card seeding goes, I don't really know what I want
Yeah.
yet. Again, the Seahawks are at the top of this thing, so I'd like realistically, yeah, I think I want to go Cardinals here. Also, side note, I just think this Cardinals team. I saw a little clip. We got HBO in season coming out tonight, and I saw Buda Baker going crazy on his team for just losing, and I think they are sick and tired of losing. I think it's like frustrating for them.
Oh, it should be. There was a lot of hype coming this year. They were supposed to contend, and now they're not.
Exactly. Matt Stafford's in concussion protocol. I saw that report came out today.
Again?
Don't know how that'll fare moving forward. Yeah, don't know how that'll fare moving forward. Cooper Kupp, still put up 8 catches, $120 to TD. Oh my gosh, that's so weird, dude. Matt Stafford brutally on it, dude. That's so weird. It just literally just brought up stuff about Matt Stafford. That's very bizarre,
up, dude.
Always
listening.
But I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I think they're, like you said, a little bit healthier, and think this is a big week for them to kind of stay relevant.
Yeah,
and
this is a must-win game for them.
Yeah,
I mean for both teams.
It's their season. It's their season. I think this is the Cardinals' season.
Yeah,
division game, all that. So for that reason, let's go with the Cards.
The Cards. And, seize up.
Yeah,
seize up.
Seize up, baby. What is that? What they said?
Nah, but they should say that. I don't know. I think it's like bird up. I don't know. Something dumb.
Bird gang. I don't know.
I think but there's so many bird teams. You could say that.
There are a lot of bird teams. A ton of bird
What's up with that? So unoriginal. Get it together, NFL. Have something original.
Come
like
on,
the
dude.
Commanders,
Seriously.
Or the Bills. But definitely not either of these next teams. Cowboys are traveling to the frozen tundra to play your third favorite team, the Green Bay Packers. So who do you want to win least out of this? Because I know we're talking a lot about wild cards, especially in conversation with Washington. Who do you want to win the least or the most?
this might shock a lot of people out there, but you gotta
No,
understand something.
you're not
I'm
going
in
to
it
do it,
for.
Holden.
I'm doing it. I'm in it for the long haul. I got a long shot season bet on Micah Parsons to lead the league in sacks. I don't like the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. Okay, I get it. Don't hate the players. I hate the Cowboys. I hate
That's
Jerry
fair.
Jones. I hate 99.8% of Cowboys fans. Okay,
Yes.
here's the deal. This Packers team is a team that could somehow sneak back into the wild card contention.
This is true.
I could accept the Cowboys getting into the playoffs
Uh-huh.
and just saying, hey, they got a wild card spot, right? Eagles win the division.
Congratulations.
They're one of the wild card teams. I'll take one of the other two spots. There's 3 wild card teams. Cowboys can have the first one. I'll take one of the other 2. Okay, most likely the last one. I'll most likely take the 7th seed if that's a possibility at all. Cowboys just had a bye week.
Ooh,
Packers just seem like it's
terrible.
falling apart.
Yeah,
Just falling apart.
no answers.
Can't do anything.
Nope.
This Cowboys defense, I hate to say it, is okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Mike Parsons is going to be running all over the place.
This is true.
I'm
That
gonna go
Packers O-line stinks.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys. And it hurts to say, but again, we're rooting against teams that are contending for the wild card. It's not about the division anymore because the division's shot. I get that, okay?
Yep.
Division's shot.
It's gone. Forget about it. Plain and simple.
Forget about it, dude.
Forget about it.
I'm a realistic fan. I could be a realistic fan, dude. I'm not some crazy dude.
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Most of the time.
Might be crazy this week. But no, I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one, dude. And it's a little biased, but it's also not. I really think the Cowboys are going to win this game.
But that shows just the bias of your team. It's just like because you're such a big fan of Washington, you're almost like low-key an expert on the other teams in your division. You're like, no, this Cowboys team, like I've seen them, I've seen enough tape. It's like I know how.
Yeah,
they
no,
are.
I know they're pretty good. Like I know, and again, I really don't think this Giants team is that good. I actually don't think that. I really don't.
Yeah.
I know this Eagles team is good.
Still haven't been tested, but sure, yeah.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm with you on that. Part of me wonders like what the revenge dynamic is on this because I think it was the first time that Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy have met back up. I could be wrong about that, but like who wants that more?
You're right.
Because one's
true. And again,
the other isn't.
This could be a really weird game where it's just like Aaron Rodgers like F this. It's time. And just happens to ball, which I could also see.
Just because his win percentage at home is so good, but this Packer team is just bad and injured.
It's just, exactly, dude. It's so true.
I'm with you. I'm on Cowboys as well. One of my best bets of the week for sure, just because this Dallas defense is good. I think if they don't make mistakes, I think even if Zeke isn't effective, Tony Pollard has proven to be a guy who can handle the load. CeeDee Lamb's nice. Their tight end's nice. And yeah, just as long as they don't make mistakes and get to Aaron Rodgers, I think this is a comfortable win. I'm not going to say easy dub. I'm going to say comfortable win. We're going to keep it classy here. All right, holding 2 games left. We're going to preview here. You already know what game we're going to end on. It's the game of potentially game of the month, honestly. But before we get to that, we have to get to this other one. Sunday night special. Battle of 2 California teams. Chargers traveled up north to San Francisco to 49ers Chargers. That was a really weird way of saying that. It's got to be the Niners.
Nope.
You're kidding me. You're not picking the Niners? Dude, you're messing with me.
No, I'm taking what are you, crazy?
No,
I'm
you're
taking
crazy.
the Chargers I'm taking the Chargers.
They don't even have any healthy wide receivers. How are you taking the Chargers? Oh, because NFC. Damn. Wow, that took a minute. That was bad.
And not only that.
And what? Wait, there's more.
Austin Eckler's been eating in that end zone. Eating. And Keenan Allen is questionable. I believe he's trending to play. And
he
Josh
better.
Palmer's,
We've been talking about fantasy. He's been doing nothing for my squad all year.
Josh Palmer's he's coming up in this league. He's decent. He's coming up. I mean, this defense is okay. I mean, look, Austin Eckler is all you got to say, dude. Austin Eckler is your wide receiver. He's your running back. He can do it all.
You're making him sound like Christian McCaffrey here, which is playing for the other team.
Hey, Chris McCaffrey, who knows if he's on the injury report this week or not? Okay, let's be real.
Hey, hey, our
Let's
friend Ryan Stuckey will
see.
let you know.
Let's see if he can make it through a whole game. We'll see. I mean,
He's made it through the
yeah,
last two just fine.
I really just want this 49ers team to start losing too. So, because that's a team that we're going to have to play, and it's a team that's very well in that wild card talk. And go Bulls. Shout out Jamal.
Shout out Jamal. We got to get Jamal on the pod. Shout out Jamal.
Jamal's going on the pod soon.
He's coming on the pod soon. Shout out 90 Day Fiance. I actually met two of his fans the other weekend at Morgan's birthday.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, they were talking about 90 Day Fiance. I'm like, oh, I know someone on 90 Day Fiance. And they're like, oh, who? Like, I'm like, oh, my friend Jamal. He's like, Jamal? The Jamal? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, tell me all about him. Tell me all about him. And I'm like, oh yeah, we go way back, and we used to play football. We used to play some rugby together. Like,
did you give them his phone number?
I honestly thought about it after, not that, but I was like, what if I had called him up and been like, hey, I got some fans, like they just wanted to FaceTime with you, say they loved you and your mom.
That'd have been kind of sick.
I should have. I don't know if he would have picked up.
Yeah,
he's big time, but maybe he would have.
Yeah, he would have.
For sure. Just delaying this a little here for no reason. Do you think 49ers stay on Jimmy G, or they actually let him go this offseason? His Trey Lance.
It depends on what they do. I think it depends on what they do the rest of this year.
I think you could draft another quarterback if you really wanted.
You could get Aaron Rodgers.
No.
You could. Why not? Why?
He said he wants to retire a Packer. He's not. Well, he is good.
People say a lot of things. I'm sure Tom Brady wanted to retire a Patriot, but things happen, and when he's 38, 39. He could just play a year or two in San Francisco, the team that he wanted to get drafted to, with all the pieces that they have, and just say, "Hey, we're gonna run it." I don't want to see that, because
Lamar Jackson would look pretty good out there in the Bay. Yeah.
Lamar Jackson would look good staying right around this area. All right, let's not get it twisted. No contract yet.
I think Riverboat Ron would be good for him. I think they would get along pretty well.
Dude, I'm gonna just tell you something. If we got Lamar Jackson, dude, oh my god, I can't even get into that right now.
Can't even get into that right now because they're still on Heineke season.
Dude.
That's right. I'm on the team that's gonna win. You're on the team that's gonna lose. So that's good. Moving on, Holden. Your game of the week, potentially game of the month for Partially Biased here. Tell me how the Commanders are gonna steal one on the road at the Linc. Battle the I-95.
So here's my predicament. We'll go on a little rant here just for a split second.
Do it.
Part of me, I told you, I've mentally prepared to go 4-6.
Mentally prepared 4-6.
So if I pick Washington to win,
yeah,
I'm mentally prepared for them to win. And that's hard for me as a fan when I know what's to come.
Okay.
It's a Monday night game. You got the Thursday game. Then you got all the Sunday games. Then you got all day Monday. And then I sit down in front of my nice new TV and I get all ready.
Yeah. And
I feel like if I pick them to win, they're going to lose, and there's going to be disappointment, and I'm going to feel it.
That's fair. I'm following you. Yeah.
I don't want that.
No one does.
I'm picking the Eagles. Okay. I'm picking Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Lord, do I hope Heineke has a little bit of magic left. Just a sprinkle of pixie dust that he can just go to Philly.
He didn't start the last time. Just saying.
What do you mean?
When y'all played them earlier this season. Yeah, that wasn't Heineke, that was Carson.
You're right. And Taylor and Jalen Hurts did play one time last year against each other, and Heineke had a shot, drove down the field, threw an interception. Yeah. We had a chance to win that game.
Chase Young healthy, potentially playing?
Chase Young could be back this week. It could be a big deal. Look, this could be some reverse psychology. I'm already mentally prepared to go 4-6 and then go on a run. But I'm going to go with the Eagles and hope like hell I'm wrong. I just can't. If I pick Washington, I feel like I'm going to set myself up too high, and it's just going to hurt me too much. And at this point, I'm mentally prepared to go 4-6, and it's Texans, Atlanta, Giants. 4 straight, baby. Then you're back at 8-6. Everything's in front of you, baby.
Everything's in front of you. It's that easy, guys. Just do it. I'm with you, and at the same time, this game is one of my best bets. I am on
Well,
the
I'll tell you
Eagles.
this. I'll take Washington plus 11 all day.
Oh, dude.
I'll take Washington plus 11 all day, though. I would
What
take
was the
that
score
all day.
earlier
Like,
this
seriously.
season?
All right. Well, don't talk about it.
All right, fine. I'm taking plus 11. I mean, it's just too many points in a professional football game.
It's a lot of points. It's a lot of points.
I think this Washington team is playing better, like on the eye test. Like they're just playing a little better. The defense is playing better. I mean, Curtis Samuel healthy is obviously huge. Like, yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think this past week we saw that Philly is beatable, or if so, like what they've over a 13 against Houston and didn't cover that, didn't come close to covering it. Like so, I'm totally with you here. I am on the Birds. Just want to clarify, I am on the Birds. But I think this Commanders team has the potential to scare them, and I think they play better with their backs against the wall. Like I know they play well at home or whatever, but I think they like all the boos. I think they feed into it, and like especially Taylor, he's that guy who's like, all right, chip on my shoulder, I'm gonna shut y'all up, like I'm gonna try.
I hope, dude. And if it's anything like when we had to play a couple years ago, the undefeated Steelers at Heinz Field, maybe we shocked the world, and it's a big deal, and it's a big win, and we really it's a division game. So again, anything could happen. And it was we were kind of blown out the first game. So I'd like to think this one would be closer. And I don't know if that's going to be healthy for my heart if it's a close game and we end up losing by like a field goal on the last possession or some kind of a bomb touchdown to seal it or something like that. One's probably going to sting. Yeah. I'm going to look back at this podcast and be like, oh my God, I knew exactly what was going to happen. But man, I'm going to tell you something. If we somehow steal this one, I am going to be on a cloud floating for a hot minute going to the Texans next week if we find a way to beat this team. I swear, dude, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. Like, and I'm trying to be cool and calm and collected, but dude, like, oh my God, dude, if we find a way, hey,
it's gonna go crazy.
Any given Thursday, Sunday, Monday,
and sometimes Saturday.
Sometimes Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays, sometimes Saturdays. if you want to factor in COVID schedule.
Yeah, that was a wild time. Like that was
weird, right? Off. Wednesday 5:00. Yeah, that was weird.
But then having like football every day was sick.
Oh, it was so beautiful. It was so awesome.
It was great. It was awesome. All right. Well, those are our picks for the week. We finished it off strong. Way to go. Holden, you got any best bets?
Of course I do.
Of course you do. Let me get those. Nice.
Washington plus 11. Raiders -6.
No way.
They win by.
All right, I'm gonna follow you.
I think they win by a touchdown. Don't you?
If they don't win that game, then they can't win any game.
That's what I'm saying. Lions +3. Like I'll take that all day. You kidding me?
You think
Lions
so?
+3. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. And then we're going to go. Antonio Gibson touchdown.
AG anytime
Antonio
touchdown.
Gibson AG anytime touchdown score.
Okay.
I think that's 4 picks. 4 picks for the viewers at home.
Yeah, big up that is 4. I got you down for 4. Nice, dude. Thanks. If you give our viewers some free money. Here's what I got, kind of touched on it a little bit. Already I have Seattle +3. I'm honestly tempted to take the money line. I think they just win this game. Like flat out they should, but I mean just have that cushion, I'll take them at +3. Buffalo -3.5. That is the line right now at once what used to be a -7.5 spread. I'm just gonna take them. I take them every week. We will find a way. Jags +9.5. Just too big of a number. This Jags team is playing competitively. They have an effective run game, and also their running back catches the ball well. It takes pressure off their quarterback. Jags
I'd like to get that line at 10. I'd like to get that line at 10 if I could.
Oh, if it's 10, then it's just...
Yeah, 10.5, I'll take that all day.
I mean, 10, especially because you can get a push off that too. It's like I'll take that.
Some pushes feel like wins most of the time. Pushes are better.
Some days,
yes. Push, some guys you're like, hell yeah, I pushed that game, baby.
It's like I was spot on. Giants -5, love them after the bye. Dallas -4.5, also love it after the bye. And then Washington +11, too many points. I think they find a way. I think they know their back's up against the wall. And this Philly team, when you're that good and you have that many wins, I think it's tough to keep the gas on. You know what I mean?
They also are coming off 10 days rest, which I don't love, but
I don't love that either.
you know,
It's like a mini buy.
it is what it is. It is like
It
a
is
mini
what it
buy,
is. It is
but
what it is.
it is what it is.
Well, you got our pack.
Heineke, baby.
Heineke.
Underdog, baby. The true underdog, baby.
The true underdog. Oh, well, folks, that's the show. You got our picks, you got our bets from the original Partially Elite Bias duo. Let's see what happens. Holden, anything else for the folks at home?
Do you believe in miracles?
I do.
I do. Might see a miracle this Monday night, baby. Might see a miracle this Monday night.
Actually, we'll see one Sunday too. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, love you guys. Hope you win all your bets, and go Bills.